So welcome to today's community event. We're very excited to have you all here today. I'm Megan Watson. I'm on the AI product marketing team here at Zendesk, and I'm going to be your host. So a big thank you to everyone taking the time out of their day to join us for the second installment of our Post-Relate Deep Dive series. And the goal here really is to review and do a deeper dive on all the amazing things that we launched and talked about at Relate. So before this event, our first one that we did was on AI agents and knowledge. If you missed that, we'll share in the chat the recording to that event. So definitely check it out if you didn't get a chance to join or see it. But today we'll be focusing on employee service. Before we get started, I want to share quickly a few upcoming events that you might want to check out and just good to bookmark in case you're interested. Friendly reminder that even if you can't join, always good to register because you'll get the recording sent to you directly. So even if you can't join, maybe just register so you can get emailed about it and maybe watch it later. So the first one I want to let everyone know about is in April, we launched a new series around steps to providing email support. So right now we're on step 4, and that event will take place on May 20th. This session will focus on customizing email templates and understanding how emails are sent from Zendesk. So topics will include setting up notification triggers, managing customer feedback emails, providing professional email address, and forwarding emails from employee addresses. So, and with every event that we always have a live Q&A to follow. We'll then wrap up that series with the 5th step, which will cover final steps to go live. This session will cover essential actions for launching your email support, including publishing channels and workflows, activating email forwarding, and importing users. So attending this session would be super helpful. You'll learn how to monitor CSAT responses, track negative feedback, and utilize reporting tools. So again, you'll wrap up with a live Q&A at the end. So check it out. We'll share the registration link in the chat. Again, you're all here with us to cover a Relate Deep Dive. We will have 2 more. The next one will be on May 29th, and that will be on AI tools for agents and admins. And then we will have one on June 12th going over our Zendesk for Contact Center. So we'll be sharing all of the links to those. Thank you, Brett, in the chat. Check them out, register, and we hope to see you there. All right, so going back to why we are here today, the Relate Deep Dive on employee service. We've got a fantastic panel here to lead us in this topic. Each of these individuals works very closely with the areas of the product related to what we are talking about today. And fun fact, Natalie and Scott were both Zendesk customers and admins before joining Zendesk here, before joining our team. So really awesome panel we have for you all. They've got such great insights, and we're excited to have them here today. And a few other experts are also working in the background, and they're here to answer all of your questions. So we will have 30 minutes of Q&A at the end of the event. And this is reviewing the questions that you submitted when you registered. So we picked out a few, we will answer those live, but I'm sure there will be questions as you watch the content today. So friendly reminder, if you've not used Bevy before or have joined our events before, the chat is to let us know where you're calling in from, saying hello to a friend, or just letting our team know if you're excited about something. But any product related question, please add those in the Q&A. And the reason for that is that's where we track it. That's where we'll be able to kind of download and share all the questions asked and answered in our event follow-ups. So as part of the event follow-ups, you'll receive this recording, the Q&A, and the deck, and any other resources related to the content. So with that, I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Natalie.
Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Natalie. I'm a product marketer here at Zendesk, focused on our employee service customers. And as Megan mentioned, prior to joining, I was in operations strategy. So I have been a Zendesk agent and admin, rolled Zendesk out across multiple departments. So it's very near and dear to my heart, and I've been in a lot of your shoes. But diving in today, let's talk for a second about why employee service management matters. The way that we work is changing faster than ever. Employees are navigating hybrid and remote work. Meanwhile, AI is reshaping everything from our daily workflows to the tools that we rely on. And at the same time, every department is under pressure to do more with less, making efficiency essential. Most of you on the call today are Zendesk customers, and you're admins of Zendesk instances that you may already be using or plan to use to deliver internal service to your employees. So you are experiencing all of this in real time. You also know that our roots here at Zendesk um, have been in customer service. And while you've seen how our commitment to service also benefits employees, you've been asking for more because the needs of employees and customers aren't always one to one. You can hop to the next slide. Um, and so that is why I am really thrilled today to kick this off by sharing the recent launch of the Zendesk Employee Service Suite. If you haven't already heard the news, Zendesk is firmly committed to supporting all of you with a modern product built for employees. The AI-powered Zendesk that you already know and love, but tailored for the unique demands of employee service. And so the goal of the call today is to share the exciting new features that we're launching, both ones that are shared with our customer experience product and those built specifically with employees in mind, to help you navigate today's rapidly changing landscape and deliver exceptional employee service. That said, we recognize that many of you already have well-established instances of Zendesk. So if you're interested in adding the features that we're talking about today, sign up for those early access programs. And as these are all released to general availability, you can work with your account executive or your customer success manager to ensure that you have access to the best tools and the right plan for your business. And with that, I'm now going to hand it over to Scott to walk us through some of these new capabilities that we're releasing on our employee service suite.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you, Megan, as well, for the intro. Like Megan said, I have been using the product for over a decade. I was a customer, actually every company I've worked for, and been at Zendesk here for the last 4 years, and I'm product lead for our employee service offering. So let's jump into it. I'm super excited to share all the cool things that we've been building for our employee service customers. And there's a lot. There's more than we can fit into this single session. So I'm going to cover the releases we believe that will bring the most value to you. And we're going to look at the innovation across 4 key areas: how we deliver a seamless end user experience, how we make the teams delivering your service, your IT agents and HR specialists and so on, more productive, how we help admins scale and optimize, and how we protect your employee data. So let's start with how we're making it even easier for employees to get the support that they need. And we're going to look first at our AI agents offering. We're going to keep it high level today, but we just had one of these deep dive sessions on AI agents. So we'll include that in the follow-up. If you'd like to go deeper, you can go back and watch that. Employee support issues can be complex and sensitive. So setting up an AI agent that can actually handle them might feel daunting. You may have seen firsthand how finicky they could be, or you may be skeptical that AI can handle it. If you have those concerns, you're not alone, and we've heard that feedback. Our new AI agents, powered by agentic AI, don't just execute tasks, they can reason, adapt, and are able to handle nuanced requests, like granting an employee access to a new piece of software they've requested. It could confirm eligibility, check for available licenses, and provision access and necessary permissions. Or you could just use it to automate the most common source of requests to IT help desks, the password reset. With our upgraded AI agent builder, it takes minimal admin work to get an AI agent up and running. You just describe your procedure and AI will actually build the flow for you. It literally takes just a few minutes. And we've heard your concerns about AI decision making happening within a black box. That's why we've rolled out our new reasoning controls, which give you more visibility, letting you access your AI agent's real-time decision-making, refine its behavior, and ensure confidence in every interaction. AI agents can take actions, and now it can tell you why it did what it did, building your confidence in how Zendesk AI agents work for you. Finally, since we know email remains a ubiquitous channel, especially in the workplace, we're also expanding AI agents to email. Let's move on to knowledge and how we're making it even more easy for employees to find and consume information in your help center. Generative search is now included for all customers. Let me explain what that is with a comparison to Google. If you've used Google search recently, You'll often see an AI summary right at the top of the results. I've found that it often tells me what I need to know, so I don't have to go any further. Well, generative search in your Zendesk Help Center now does this in the same way. Instead of just providing a long list of results you have to click through, it will surface a quick answer right at the top of the page. I think this is a game changer. Additionally, for Copilot customers, we're adding AI-powered article summaries, giving employees quick snapshots of individual articles while helping admins save time with AI-generated content. Also in Help Center, we're making it simpler for employees to make and manage service requests through a service catalog. This allows you to offer a consumer-like checkout experience for company services and assets like hardware upgrades or parental leave requests, while also capturing key request details up front so that your teams have everything they need to act on that request. We're really excited about Service Catalog because it transforms the Help Center into a true one-stop shop for employees where they can find information, request a service, or get support and get the help that they need all in the same place. I'm going to pause and drink some water. Okay, let's switch gears from the end user experience and talk about how we're helping your team work smarter and harder. For your teams to get the most out of Zendesk, integrating the tools and systems they rely on is key. The less they have to context switch and swivel chair between different systems, the more time they can spend resolving requests. Since we know that there's important employee context inside your HRIS system, we've added pre-built integrations with the top systems like Workday, Rippling, Bamboo, and HiBop. This means you can easily show employee data directly in the sidebar to your agents. No technical resources needed, so your teams can deliver personalized support more efficiently. Speaking of integrating your systems, let's talk about Copilot, our proactive AI assistant that works alongside your employee service teams. Copilot is now even more powerful, allowing you to build procedures from multiple sources, including external systems, and to take action across those external systems. So all an agent needs to do is now approve a suggestion. For example, if an employee reports VPN connectivity issues, it can walk the agent through the troubleshooting steps they need to take and even draft a message to post to Slack, alerting the broader company if it's a widespread issue once the agent approves it. Plus, with surging tickets, your team can easily spot patterns and trends like incidents linked to a problem, helping you stay ahead of issues and prevent disruptions to services or systems. I can tell you when I was a Zendesk admin, I would have loved to have this feature. So I'm really excited that's coming. Our next deep dive event is actually all about Copilot. So if you'd like to learn more about that, we'd love to see you there. As you're familiar with, many common employee service workflows require multiple steps, teams, and approvals. Think about employee onboarding and the number of things that have to get done, the number of people involved, and the levels of approvals that takes. So we're rolling out tasks and approvals. That means you can fully build your process in Zendesk. These easy to follow task lists and approval management will live in the sidebar, and they make it really easy to standardize workflows, improve collaboration, and maintain compliance at scale. Task lists will allow different assignees for checklist items and child tickets. And with approvals, you can appoint anyone as an approver. They do not have to have a Zendesk license. Okay, let's switch to the admin. And if you're an admin, this is for you. We've got some powerful updates lined up that are going to make your day a lot easier using Zendesk. Let's start with Action Builder. We all rely on multiple systems to get our work done. Integrating and automating processes across systems makes you more efficient, but it's often costly or time-intensive project for teams. That's why we built Action Builder, a no-code integration studio that lets you connect, design, and automate AI and human agent workflows across any back-end system. Take IT teams. Today, when employees need access to software, agents have to manually create a Jira ticket, follow that up in Slack, and wait for a response. Not a very efficient process. But with Action Builder, you can easily automate this process end-to-end without a single line of code. So when a request is submitted to Zendesk, Jira issue could be automatically created, shared with the right team in Slack, and all you had to do was click to configure this entire automation. Action Builder launched with a collection of pre-built and customizable actions and templates, and pre-built connectors for Jira, Slack, Google Sheets, and Salesforce. And there's more coming at GA, or general availability, later this year. And these no-code capabilities now extend to apps as well. With our AI-powered app builder, any admin can build an app in minutes. Just describe what you want the app to do, preview it, test it, and deploy it in just a few clicks. Just another way that we're making it easier to bring more information and automation into Zendesk without you having to get developer resources. Now, everyone's favorite topic. Let's switch to reporting. We've heard the feedback in Explore. You've told us that it needs to be both easier to use and more customizable. And we agree. So we're building prompt-based reporting, which generates reports in seconds based on a natural language instruction you give it. Just ask for the data you need, like show me my team's productivity in the last week, and a report will be instantly generated. You can even drill down further, saying break it down by group or visualize as a pie chart. It's a really powerful capability that will make it easy to move from data to action, and reporting will continue to be a big investment area for us moving forward. I would have also loved that as an admin. I'm also excited to share that we're building our own IT asset management solution designed to work seamlessly with our employee service suite. It's something we know our IT customers have been asking us for. We're excited to deliver this. Stay tuned for more news on that. So last but not least, let's talk about data security and protection, and then we're going to dive into a live demo. When you deal with employee data, security is critical. So we're rolling out enhanced data access controls. Department spaces is a feature that many customers have asked us for, allowing you to manage multiple departments in a single instance while ensuring teams only access the data from their specific department. This is particularly valuable for HR teams who handle sensitive data every day. But since departments sometimes need to collaborate on a request, it's still easy to share a ticket between teams too. And new features like data masking and custom user field permissions ensure support teams only see the data that they need and are authorized to access, keeping sensitive data safe. Now we'll hand it over to Tyler. He's going to give us a live demo of some of these exciting new capabilities.
Thank you, Scott. Hey, everyone. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to dive right in. Okay, we're going to begin from the end user perspective. Our end user today is an employee named Jennifer Hansen, the director of sales at Acme, our fictional company for today. Now, Jennifer's having some technical issues with her laptop. It's acting sluggish for her, so she's eager to get a replacement of her laptop. So she comes to the IT Help Center here, hosted on Zendesk. And she's going to search in this help center. She's going to search for hardware refresh and hit enter. And in a matter of seconds, she gets a quick answer here. So this is the generative search that Scott mentioned. And what this does is it evaluates the question that Jennifer entered, and then it looks across all of the articles in the knowledge base, the top matching articles returned in the knowledge base, as well as posts in the community and federated content if you have that enabled. So it looks across all of those knowledge sources and then uses generative AI to produce a clear and concise answer that we see here. It even provides a link to the top matching source article if Jennifer wants to learn more about the details here. And then we also have a thumbs up and thumbs down option to provide feedback here. So marking this as helpful, it will improve the quality of the answers returned by generative search in the future. So in just a couple seconds, Jennifer is able to learn that she is eligible for a hardware refresh. And she's actually going to click the link to the knowledge base article here to learn more. So you can browse this article in the knowledge base, and it's in this article that she learns the next step for her is to request new items in the service catalog. She's going to go ahead and click this link to open up the service catalog. This was another piece that Scott mentioned. So this is the service catalog on Zendesk. It's new. What it is, it's a user-friendly interface for your employees to understand all available services, browse them, and select their desired items. For Jennifer today, she is going to select the Apple MacBook Pro. So when she selects this item, she can now provide her details. Her reason is tenure-based, and she wants the 1 terabyte model. She'll go ahead and click the button to submit request. And in just a couple clicks there, her service request has been submitted. And she can track the status of this in her request portal as well. Okay, now let's switch perspectives to that of the IT team. So here we are in the Zendesk agent workspace. We are logged in as Dave. Dave is our IT technician today. We're going to refresh the view here and we'll see he receives Jennifer's service request in the IT service request view. And Jennifer's request is even at the top of the queue because directors and above get the SLA policy applied to their tickets. We'll go ahead and open up this ticket here for her service request. We can see the details that Jennifer provided are stored here in ticket fields, so valuable for routing and reporting purposes as well. Now, there is one crucial step here for the 1 terabyte models. Dave knows he needs to get approval from the finance team. Now, fortunately, he can do this within Zendesk thanks to our new approvals capability. So over here on the right, he can select approval request, and he's going to click this button here to create an approval request. Now here he can populate that request. He knows it needs to go to Diego and the finance team, and he'll provide a subject and description here. So some details here on this request, and he'll click the button to send the approval request. Okay, the approval request has been sent, and Dave's actually going to set this ticket to pending while he waits for that approval to come in. Now, let's switch perspectives to that of Diego, the finance team member who is going to evaluate this approval. Okay, so here we are as Diego, again, finance team member. Diego does need a Zendesk license. He can totally be a user from the Zendesk perspective. He doesn't even need to know what Zendesk is, but he just received this email in his inbox. The approval request for Jennifer Hansen. When he opens this up, he can see those details that Dave provided, and he can click this button here to review the request. Again, more details here, and he is presented with the 2 buttons to either approve or deny the request. When he selects approve, he has the option to add an additional note. He's going to say looks good, and he will submit that approval. Okay, back to Dave. Come back to this ticket. I'm going to actually refresh the ticket here. And Dave sees the ticket status has been reopened when that approval came in. And he can see here the status of the approval request is approved. He can see Dave's comment, and there's even a timestamp for that approval. So Dave got that approval. Now he can relay that update to Jennifer to keep her informed. And he'll send out the comment letting her know that the request has been approved and the 1 terabyte MacBook Pro will ship out soon. Okay, let's change gears and discuss another common IT help desk scenario, problem incident management. I'm going to open up another ticket here. So here we have a problem ticket. It's about VPN connectivity issues. And there's actually 29 incident tickets linked to this problem ticket. So pretty widespread issue. It's impacting a good amount of employees here. Now, when a problem like this needs to be escalated, Acme, the organization here, has a specific workflow involving multiple teams. Now, that's where Action Builder comes into play. So let's switch perspectives to the admin perspective to see how Action Builder facilitates this process. Okay, Action Builder allows us to create multi-step, multi-system workflows using no-code connectors. You can see the list of the pre-built connectors that we have today. And as Scott mentioned, there's a lot more coming soon. Now, this particular flow is the high severity escalation flow. Now, how it works is it is triggered or initiated, in this case, based on the priority field being updated. This can actually be configured to listen to a variety of different events in Zendesk, but I've configured this to listen for the priority field being updated. Next, we have the flow control branch, and this is where you define the logic for this particular flow. And in this case, I'm looking at the priority value of urgent. So if the priority is updated and the value is urgent, that means the conditions are met, and we're going to follow this left fork of the tree. So the next step is to look up the Zendesk ticket. This is just a best practice and allows us to access additional variables within the ticket. Because the next step is to automatically create a Jira issue. So this will create an issue in my linked Jira account. And what's really great about action flows is that we have variables. So you can see here the issue summary that gets created for the Jira issue actually has a variable here for the Zendesk ticket ID. So we can populate information from the Zendesk ticket into the Jira issue. So we have the ID here. We even have the ticket description here to dynamically populate a summary on the Jira issue as well. The next step in the flow is to post a message in Slack. So this is to make sure that the infrastructure team is actively notified. So I configured this to notify the infrastructure channel. I can select my desired channel here, and here's where I can compose my message. Again, I can include outputs from both Zendesk and also Jira. So even the ID of that Jira issue that I just created, I can use that ID to dynamically populate. In this case, I'm building out a link to that Jira issue that gets posted in Slack. The final step in the flow here is to update the original problem ticket, just to let the agents know that this escalation flow was successful. So in this case, it is an internal note. And here is that internal note. You can see here, again, using those placeholders to dynamically populate the link to the Jira issue. Really just summarizing the actions that were taken on behalf of the agents in the background. Okay, let's see this flow in action. I'm going to come back to that problem ticket. And I'm going to change the priority field to urgent. I will submit that update. And we can already see that internal note get posted to the ticket here with the link to the Jira issue. So that was actually this last step in the flow here, which means we already completed these previous two steps to create the issue in Jira and make a post in Slack. Just for completion, I'll actually show you that. So here I have a split screen with my Slack here. We can see that post in the Slack channel with the subject, description, the IDs all dynamically populated. And if I refresh my Jira page here, we should see a new Jira issue. There it is, a Jira issue automatically created for the infrastructure team. Cool. Okay, that was the demo for today's session. Just a quick recap. We saw generative search provide those quick answers to employee questions. We saw the service catalog make it easy for employees to find and request new services. We saw the approvals, being able to track and manage approval requests. And then we saw Action Builder here, which automates complex workflows.
Great demo, Tyler.
Thanks for following along.
All right, folks. It's our favorite time of every community event, our Q&A. So actually, I'm going to let Brett Bowser a name you hopefully all know. I know he's very active in the community and here on our Zendesk team. So Brett, I'll let you take it away with the Q&A and lead us through that. So thanks, Brett.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you everyone for submitting your questions ahead of time. First question is for Natalie from Ben. Is this going to end up being an add-on subscription to have these features, or will it be included in an enterprise plan?
Yeah, great question. So I'm not sure if there was a specific feature that this was referring to, but it really depends on which one, right? So generative search, for example, is going to be included in all plans, while some of the other AI tools that we've talked about are part of our Copilot add-on. A lot of the features that we've talked about today, in particular tasks and approvals, service catalog, ITAM, those are being built specifically with employee service in mind, and therefore will come with our employee service suite plan. But we also recognize that there are relevant reasons to use them for other types of service. And so most of these will be available in some way to customers on our existing customer experience suite, although they may only be available on higher plans.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. And thank you, Ben, for the great question. Next question is for you again, Natalie. From Semkello. What are the key success factors in implementing Zendesk for internal employee service?
Yeah, this is a great question. So as with any technology, having a strong rollout plan is going to be critical for success. So first, defining what pain points you're addressing with your implementation. What are you trying to achieve? Having really clear objectives. Those are all really important. Understanding who are the key stakeholders in your business and making sure that they're aligned and fully bought in. Having a clear project plan and change management strategy, to make sure that the right communications are happening and that you can track against milestones that you've laid out. From a tactical perspective, I would say first, developing a knowledge base and getting employees to use self-service ASAP is really important because that will give your team time back to focus on the rest of the work. And secondly, define your processes and workflows really well. So map out how you want tickets to route, how you want them to escalate, having standard steps outlined for common requests, and implementing service level agreements or SLAs to make sure that you're responding to things both efficiently and well. Having a clear line of sight into your data is also really important so that you know how your team is performing and where there's opportunity to improve. That's going to be a huge contributor to success over time. And if you need help with any of this, our professional services team is available to help. And generally, last tip, we do recommend starting small. So with like one team, a limited set of use cases, and then see what works best and expand from there. I hope that helps.
Awesome. Thank you. Next question. All right. So this question is for Scott from Otis. Are you going to incorporate risk to allow for change management workflows?
Yes, absolutely. With our new investment in employee service, we're working to fully enable key ITSM practices in Zendesk, including change management. First step of that is our approvals capability, now available for early adopters, that can enable, for example, a change approval board. We're looking to build out more robust change management capabilities in future. So if you're willing and able to get on a call with us and share your needs, we'd love to learn from you as we design and enhance the product. And if you want to reach out to me, it's scott@zendesk.com, SCOTT@zendesk.com. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Scott. All right, this next question is for Gaurav. Will approvals be able to accommodate a response in the email itself so we can send to non-agents?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yes, so for approvals for non-agents, you don't need a Zendesk license to go ahead and approve a request. What we do need is a login to the system so that we can maintain the security of the system. So end users click on the email, log in, can have approve or reject abilities. The ability to directly reply from the email will be coming in later in phase 2 or phase 3. So keep an eye on that one.
All right, thank you. Next question is for Scott from Daniel. How can we ensure that conversations can only be visible to a specific team of agents?
So we have two ways to do this right now in Zendesk, including department spaces, which is just rolling out. It's actually available in most pods already and will soon be available across all of the pods. With department spaces, it enables you to segregate agents and tickets by department, with HR often being the most important example of that. We also have another capability which has some similar functionality that's been around for a little longer, called private ticket groups. So definitely check out both of those. I will note, though, that even with department spaces, you can still pull in or CC another agent from another group who does not belong to that brand. And the reason is to allow better collaboration between departments. So you could add somebody for a one-off ticket. They'd only have access to that ticket, but not the rest in that department space. That said, we have heard some feedback from customers that this doesn't always work. So we are considering creating a permission or setting that would lock this down based on group or agent, so that none or just some of the agents would have that ability to copy somebody in. So thank you for the feedback. And I actually, the person who asked this question, Daniel, I did pass your feedback on to the product manager.
All righty. Next question is for Natalie. What are the most effective ways to drive employee adoption and engagement with Zendesk?
Yeah, I absolutely love the employee centricity of this question. And I would say the why is so, so important here. Communicating early and often with your employees, sharing why the change is happening and how it benefits them, right? So we talked about starting with a small group and expanding from there, involving your employees in that pilot, making sure that you're incorporating any feedback before rolling it out more broadly, and then having clear feedback channels throughout so that people have a place to send that where they know that you're responding. You can show that you're listening, right? And this will give your employees a sense of ownership and partnership. Tactically, again, from an implementation perspective, you're going to get better engagement if you're meeting employees on channels that they already use. So Slack or Teams, those are both really key integrations with Zendesk. And so make sure that you're thinking about how to implement Zendesk into your employees' existing workflows as much as possible. So really, at the end of the day, it comes down to getting the employees bought into the benefits and then making sure it actually works for them so that they are realizing those benefits.
I've also heard bribes work. All righty, thank you. Next question is for Scott. Zendesk is being used by our internal teams. A lot of notification-like emails get caught as suspended tickets. Allow listing the domain does not override this. What is a workaround?
Thanks for the question, Rachel. So first off, I have passed your feedback on to the product manager who looks after this, as we are considering the need for more capabilities to better manage this inbound email. But for now, there are some options, there are some workarounds. So you can use our suspended tickets API to create a service that would automatically recover those emails and deal with those suspensions and promote them to full tickets. If you don't have developer capabilities or resources at hand, you can use an app like Shredder, which is available in our marketplace, which can help automate that process as well. Shredder, is an app that talks to our existing APIs. The other option, which may or may not be feasible, is that you could just you could skip email altogether and potentially build an integration from one of those external systems to talk directly to Zendesk using our APIs to create a ticket instead. So hopefully there's a few options there. One of those may work, but I recommend starting with Shredder, which you can find in the marketplace.
And I just posted it in the chat. So check out that link. Thanks.
Great. Thanks, Megan.
Scott.
Yeah, thank you. All right, next question is for Joel from Sam. I heard IT asset management is coming to Zendesk. Can you tell me more and what can I do in the meantime?
Yeah, and thanks for the question there. We are super excited about building out a native IT asset management functionality. And so earlier today, we saw the ability to request an asset via service catalog. That ticket goes to an agent. We'll soon be able to complete that entire life cycle. So agents will be able to view all the assets assigned to that user. They'll be able to search for new assets and assign new assets. and admins will be able to manage all the assets at the company. We're starting with hardware, and we're going to move to software and SaaS management quickly. There's going to be a focus on automation, so we're investing in some key integrations with MDM systems and also support within Action Builder to automate and create custom flows. We are doing an EAP later this year, and we're going to be GAing next year, so we're really excited about this. Things that you can do in the meantime, you can use our native custom object functionality to build some lightweight asset management capabilities. And for the more complex needs, we do have some great partners in the ITAM space. So companies like EZO, Asset Sonar, and Umnitsa are great options in the meantime. Thanks for the question.
Thank you. All right, next question. What will I be able to do with Service Catalog that Knowledge isn't already doing today? And this question is from Danny for Asolia.
Thank you for this question. I think this is such an important thing to ask because it recognizes the opportunities we have today to build easy-to-use employee service products. You've got the Knowledge product, former Guide. Now it's Knowledge product that hosts the help center. This help center can be turned into an internal help center for the employees. A variety of ticket forms can be created to specifically serve employee use cases. So yeah, you can say that we have essential building blocks already. How's the Service Catalog different? It uses these building blocks. However, as you saw it in the demo and in various other material by now, it is designed specifically to be this easy to use one-stop shop, a destination for employees to engage with these internal services. They can find them a lot more easier. They can browse through them. Every Service Catalog item is wrapped around the problem itself. It requires employees to fill in the right amount of information. This is the information which then will be relayed to the specialist agent who is handling the ticket, who is going to have all the relevant information up front to handle the requests. So it just the whole product is designed around the employee use case. So again, the three core capabilities of the Service Catalog: the one-stop shop in a help center facing the employees, the admin interface for the admins to create these Service Catalog items and use the right input fields and collect all the necessary information for agents. And pillar number 3, last but not least, is the actual Service Catalog, like the new ticket channel, which the Service Catalog is for agents. This way, they can save time and improve efficiency. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And thank you for the question, Danny. Next question is for Scott from Riley. Action Builder looks like exactly what I need, but will it extend beyond the initial set of connectors?
Yes, absolutely. So Action Builder has been in EAP or available for early adopters for just about a month at this point. So today it has 4 connectors: Google Sheets, Slack, Salesforce, and Jira. We're going to be adding more connectors throughout the EAP. Next up is OpenAI. And then later in the year, you'll see connectors for Confluence and Workday, as well as Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Outlook, Microsoft Copilot, and Microsoft Teams. This isn't the complete list, and we'll also open up Action Builder to third-party developers in time as well, so that they can publish connectors. Oh, somebody asked a question in the Q&A, by the way, about will we be able to integrate with specifically, specific Jira instances not already supported. I don't think anyone in this call right now can answer that question, but I will say for any of the EAP programs, if you just search, Zendesk EAP Action Builder, for example, you'll find the right forum in the community. And that is the best place to ask those detailed type of questions. Don't go directly to our support team because they're not set up to support for EAPs. Just go to the community and ask those questions, and somebody should get back to you with the answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next question is for you, Scott, from Arthur. Many of our clients already use Zendesk for HR and IT. How would a migration to Employee Service Suite work?
Great question. Thank you, Arthur. So first off, you do not need to migrate. It's entirely up to you. But if your instance is purely for employee service use case, migration to the Employee Service Suite is simply a billing change on our side. If though you have an instance that's mixed use case, maybe you've got both customer support and internal employee support in the same one, well, that can be a little more complex, but just talk to your account team. They'll be able to advise you on the best approach to take. And I'll just say, if you don't know who your account team is, just reach out to our support, our advocacy team, and they'll get you in touch with the right people.
Awesome, thank you. Next question is for Natalie. How do you measure ROI or success for an employee service implementations in Zendesk?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this question. So there are a few key things that you can focus on to give you a good sense of the impact. We find that a combination of employee CSAT or satisfaction scores plus productivity metrics like first reply time or full resolution time can typically give you a good sense of the quality and efficiency of your service. And these are all standard out-of-the-box reports in Zendesk. So if you are using something else that doesn't have those, do your best to get a baseline sense of these. And then you'll start collecting that data as soon as you've moved into Zendesk. Now, slicing this data will give you good insight into what's working well and where there's room to improve. And so you can see those needles move over time. And then there are the elements that aren't directly measurable in Zendesk, but can be huge benefits like better cross-department collaboration or smoother handoffs for employee questions. And you can assess these type of things if you're looking for that data through ad hoc NPS-style surveys to some portion of your employees, and that can be done using any survey tool. Or some of the other things that customers have seen include their teams being able to take on more high-value work, slow down hiring, things like that. Customers even cite things like their IT teams being included in projects much more proactively because their value is so much clearer, or having cross-functional leaders ask HR leaders for new data and insights on their people. Zendesk admins getting internal awards or recognition. And so I think it's really a holistic combination of all of these things and knowing how you define success, what ladders into that, and making sure that the needle's moving there.
All right, thank you, Natalie. Next question is for Joel from Sarah. How would the asset management tool help my team?
Yeah, great question. I've talked to so many customers who have the problem of having, our Apple assets are in this system. We have a different system for Microsoft. Maybe they use a spreadsheet. Maybe there are assets that they don't even track, like monitors and things like that. And so really an asset management solution gives you a single view of all your assets in one place. It also gives you a view into the assignment and ticketing history. So if you get a ticket from someone relating to an asset, you might be able to see that that asset has been assigned to 2 people. It's been in the field for 3 years. It's had 7 tickets submitted, and you can start to get that information and make a decision around maybe it's time for a new asset and to retire this asset. And it gives the agents some of that context to know, well, what operating system is this asset? When is the last time that it actually checked with our system, so that you can help employees as soon as you receive the ticket without having to go to different systems. Automation out of the box. So we're integrating with key systems like Microsoft Intunes and Jamf to automatically populate assets. You can build custom flows using Action Builder and also business rules like triggers. And it comes with the same powerful AI capabilities to help you automate your processes. Eventually, you'll be able to optimize software and SaaS spend. So you'll have a view of how many licenses you have, how many are actually assigned to someone, how many are available, and maybe there's an opportunity to reduce the number of licenses, or vice versa, maybe it's time to increase the number of licenses. And this will all be natively incorporated into the Zendesk support system that you already know. As I said, in context information within ticketing, you'll have the view of your entire asset inventory. You'll be able to integrate with service catalog and reference certain assets within the service catalog and create those end-to-end flows. Thanks for the question.
Yeah, great question. And thank you for the answer, Joel. All right, next question for Gaurav, asked by Sarah. As you build out these new capabilities, is there any way we can get involved and give feedback on what we are looking for?
Yeah, thank you for the question, Sarah. Yeah, we're definitely looking for customer feedback in every phase of our development lifecycle. So a few ways that you can participate is being a part of the EAPs. Specifically for ES, we have many EAPs running, taking a look at the product early on. If you have a sandbox environment, you can use the EAP in a sandbox environment just to take a look at the key capabilities that we have. We also have surveys that go out that we post on the community channels quite a few times, and always being active in posting questions within the community itself. Most of our PMs are proactive. They will reach out to you. In some cases, we can even set up one-on-one conversations to showcase what we're building.
Great question. All right, and that is it for our Q&A. I will go ahead and pass it back to Megan.
Awesome. Thank you, Brett. And thank you everyone for submitting your questions either before and then also during the event. And I just want to give a major shout out to all of the Zendesk folks here today to kind of share more. I'm super excited. I've been with Zendesk for a while now. We've talked about employee service before, but I really think this is a true go. And I think there's a lot of exciting functionality to support our customers in this area. So I hope you all found it very informative. Great demo, Tyler. Great job. There are a few questions. I think, well, first of all, thank you to our experts for answering questions in the Q&A. If we did not get to your question, it's possible we needed a bit more context, and we'll be reaching out to you directly. We, of course, will make sure that all of the questions get answered. But for now, we'll give you 5 minutes back. Thanks for your time, and we will see you at our next event. Thanks,
Thank you, everyone.